Hello everyone, my name's Ian. Welcome back to my hobby YouTube channel, In Brief Book and Film Reviews. I hope everyone is doing very well today. I'm doing well myself, and that I have COVID at the moment, and that I think about 4 or 5 days into it now, and today is the first day that I've felt like I can get up and do stuff and that. So I wanted to come back online and give a review. I like to give one a review once a week, and I wanted to give a review to the book that I'm going to review now for quite a long time. I haven't got around to it, and haven't got around to reading it. I only finished up there while I was actually laying in bed sick and that. So I wanted to give a review to this book. This book is called Crimechurch. It's written by an author by the name of Michael Botur. Michael Botur is a New Zealand born and based author. Okay, so this book was released in 2020. The genre is urban fiction, and the publishers are Rangitwara Publishers. That's a New Zealand indigenous name, I think, Rangitwara. So if I've pronounced that wrong, my apologies. Pages 278 pages. Okay, so I don't want to say too much about the book because I don't want to spoil it, and there's a lot in the book. It's kind of like set out in a way that I've never seen a book set out before, or at least I can't recall being books sent out before. If you were comparing this book to a film and the way it's being set out, it's kind of like Pulp Fiction or something along those lines. But anyway, okay, so about Michael Botur, it's not like Pulp Fiction, it's just the way it's set out. So about Michael Botur himself, okay, so Michael was born in Christchurch, New Zealand. Michael first began publishing poetry and experimental fiction as an English major at the University of Otago. Very good. Botur completed a Masters of Creative Writing degree in 2009, publishing a collection of short stories as his thesis, including a dissertation on subcultures, and then trained as a journalist. Excellent. With Massey University, graduating in 2015. Can't read my own writing. I think it's 2015. Okay, so excuse me. At the start of the book, Michael, and you'll see on the cover there as well, on the thumbnail that I put up, Michael speaks with a very famous novelist called Alan Duff, who wrote the book to that, a very good book. 5 years later, a film came out called Once Were Warriors. Many of you probably watched the book and watched the film there, but might not have read the book. Okay, Once Were Warriors is based upon the indigenous people of New Zealand. I think it's Maori tribe. This particular family, domestic violence and stuff, and that, you know, hardships, work and all that kind of stuff. Trying to retain and hold on to their identity, their indigenous identity, and that with the ever modernizing New Zealand and stuff. Really good film. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to watch it. A bit heartbreaking and a bit tough to watch at times and stuff. There's horrific violent scenes in it, and that and socially disturbing scenes in it, and that's where Michael and Alan start off at the start of the book, and that they talk about, it's like a question and answers, where they talk about the male code, as Michael describes it, and it's actually quite enjoyable what they're talking about, you know, at the start. And yeah, so they talk about the male code, about the act of violence within society, not just New Zealand society, around Christchurch, but you know, they're basically talking about in general. They give their opinions about, can it change, what do we got to do to change, and it's actually really enjoyable that reading that bit as well. And that, so the book itself is based upon 4 really alpha male lunatics, drugs, crack pipes, the whole lot, like, you know, nothing that we probably haven't seen before in a movie and stuff and that. And the best thing that I would, the thing that I would, how I would describe this book for anyone that wants to read it. If you've ever seen the film Rumpa Stumper, and you've ever seen the film that was it. Rumpelstiltskin was a 1989-1990 film. It catapulted Russell Crowe to stardom, basically. Um, well, at least he's the first film that I've ever seen him in. Anyway, it was about a neo-Nazi culture. It's actually quite a good film, in that, you know. Um, it was actually probably, if I watched it today now, you watch it today, you think it was very soft, but back then it was quite hardcore, you know. And then so it's based upon, I would say, that, and then there's another one as well, a 2010 film called Animal Kingdom. It's actually an Australian film, not a New Zealand film. And yes, that's another crazy one as well, and that's a really good film. I recommend you to watch that film, and that's really good film, and that. So it's like this really aggressive kind of book, and that. I don't want to say too much about it and that, but there's like just people trying to prove themselves in there. Kind of runaway girl, younger brothers. The issue there. I have a review up on Wild Bill incident there. The same thing with a younger brother gets involved in stuff that he can't get himself out of. The other brother's afraid that he won't be able to get himself out of. Don't want to spoil it for people. But yeah, it's a really fascinating book, and that I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's set out kind of like from pages talking about specific characters, which is why I said it was about like a kind of the nearest thing you can compare it to with, from a film point of view, would be Pulp Fiction, Back and From, whatnot. I've never seen that like that, so it's really good in that sense. Okay, so about Michael and his writing skills. Michael is a very powerful author, and that, you know, he's the type of guy that wears these you know, he's rolls up his sleeves and just really puts his heart and soul into it, you know. And you really appreciate a writer like Michael. You really do, that, because he is, you know, he's so involved in what he wants to say. It's like he's just a really good writer, you can say. Michael actually has a YouTube channel. He writes poetry also, poetry and stuff and that. And it's like he wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, and not everyone is, but he, you know, I like him. I think he's got something to say in that, you know. And I liked his book, and I thought it was a really interesting book, and that he's got some good backing also as well, you know, from the publishers and stuff like that. And he's also got like 5 other books out. So he is a really strong writer. He got some good reviews also as well from people who've read his stuff, and that a couple of them on Amazon. I left a review from there as well, I think a couple of weeks ago, and that. Yeah, so it's the book is really good, very interesting. That, as I said, it's I don't want to say too much about it, but it's like it's based upon that culture, you know, that some of us get into, some of us get out, some of us don't escape it, you know. And yeah, it's a really good book, and that I really thoroughly enjoyed reading the book, and that, I have to say now. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave all the description links to Michael, the book itself. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll leave it the Michael's channel, YouTube channel. Also, you can subscribe to some of his stuff if you want to. I thought it was an excellent book, definitely worth reading. That, if I'm being honest, I don't always read stuff like this and that, you know. I'm always kind of like looking at different genres, and yeah, I'll have a look at that, I'll have a look at that. So I wouldn't be fixated on one thing. But Michael is a kick-ass at what he puts across, and he's shown, and that, you know, as a writer, and that, you know, he doesn't conform to nothing, you know, for nobody, and that, you know. And I love it, you know, I really do love it, and appreciate his work tremendously. And that's it for me today. And anyway, guys, I'm not the May West and that, to say how to breathe. So I mightn't want to take off this jacket, but I'm getting the cold sweats, the chills, and then the warm, and I don't even know what I'm saying. Listen, people, stay blessed, stay positive, and I will see you in the next episode. I'm going to be reviewing the film, the 2008 film, A Chocolate. Brilliant film, and that I'll say more about that film next time. My head's not with it at the moment. And there's another book I'm going to be doing called The Dark Art. It's about a DEA agent. Let me get the words out. DEA agent Yeah, so wrapped up in narcotics, and that's for another day. Shin scale. Okay, so stay positive, stay blessed, and yeah, I'll see you next time. All the best. Bye bye.